points at 30 points again in this tournament. He's been a corner team as they've won 2 gold and silver in their last 3 Paralympics. Expect to be dazzled. Colombia from the top batting Alonso Sanz. London averaging 16 points per game. He scored just over a third of his teams at London 2012. They're looking for their first win of the tournament.
And a very warm welcome to the North Greenwich Arena on the banks of the River Thames in London for Canada against Colombia in the men's wheelchair basketball Group B. Hello, this is Francis Collins. I join you to, of course, inform you that Canada have sailed into the quarters with 4 wins so far in this London 12 Paralympic Games, accounting for Germany, Great Britain, Poland and Japan. And unless there is a bit of an upset sometime today, Canada staying regarded as red-hot favourites for an Olympic title, along with the Australian team in the other group. Well, Colombia, plenty of work for them to do, and their coach Jose Patron Tapias, because they've lost all 4 games so far and remain rooted to the bottom of Group B. Of course, for the Canadians, keep an eye on Patrick Anderson, the number 12, who's a world star in this game, rated as possibly the best player in the world at the moment, already having another great tournament. 34 points to his name, 12 assists and 9 rebounds alone in the game against Poland, which they won 83-65. So far so good for the Canadian coach Jerry Tonello. It's Canada against Colombia in Group B. And we're underway in the first quarter. Already it is Colombia who are on the attack, knowing they have a mountain to climb to beat this talented Canadian side. First attempt on the basket by Diego Casbacho for Colombia, but this is the aforementioned Patrick Anderson for Canada. Anderson again, Bo Hedges. Just outside the paint. Colombia coming away with Nelson Sanz Londono. Capacho again for the Colombian side. As mentioned, no wins so far in their group games, losing to Germany, Great Britain, Poland and Japan. But can they get an early confidence-boosting basket against the Canadian team? That was the number 12, Miguel Chaparro. So Canada coming away through Anderson. Joey Johnson, the big number 8 for the Canadian team. And there's the first score on the board coming from Bo Hedges, who plays his basketball in Alabama in the United States of America. For Canadian, early lead. Bit of fine-tuning on Joey Johnson's chair. Chairs, of course, that get quite a pounding in this game and at this level, never lasting more than a few months. Certainly not cheap either to repair. A few problems as well with Diego Capacho's chair on the Colombian side. Capacho back in action. Don't forget, Colombia, of course, beat Canada at the Paralympic Games, the games in Guadalajara in Mexico last year, where they secured their passage to the Olympics, defeated Canada in the semis, lost to the USA in the final. Canada will come away through Tyler Miller. Back to Bo Hedges. He's got Abdi Dini on the near side, the number 10, but there's a long attempt from Anderson. Who's racking up the points in this London 2012 Paralympic Games. Colombia on the attack. Joey Johnson intercepting. Anderson inside the paint. Rodney Hawkins is the big number 15 for Colombia. Five points already to Patrick Anderson of Colombia, or even of Canada, as Colombia come away with the ball. This is Capacho again, who's been busy for the Colombian side in the early 3 minutes of this game. Nelson Sands from distance. Anderson looking for support, got Johnson ably assisting him. Johnson inside the paint. Anderson goes alone. Colombia will come away through Nelson Sanz Lodono. Ambitious ball. It's the big number 15 for Colombia, Rodney Hawkins. Popular basket at the North Greenwich Arena in the eastern end of London. Anderson to Johnson. Well, it was a terrific pass and a pressure basket as well for Hawkins. At the other end, Capacho it was who was fouling Joey Johnson, who's now got his chance to get on the score sheet. Take his team to an 8-2 lead. Two out of two for Johnson. Miguel Chaparro for Colombia, straight to Canada. Anderson on the breakaway. Chaparro's going to be disappointed with giving those points straight away to especially such a formidable opponent as Patrick Anderson. Jose Tapias Patron got some ideas for his side. 11-2 down already.
Hermano, ábrase, ábrase, ábrase. Por favor, espacio. Tres jugadores rojos aquí. ¿A quién le pasa? Ahora llevamos 4 turnovers. Y no hemos jugado sino 4 minutos, viejo. Hey, 4 turnovers.
A lot of his attention being directed towards Miguel Chaparro, the number 12 there. Jose Tapias Patron not at all happy with certain aspects of his play, asking him what the matter was on more than one occasion, but this man needs no talking to either. Anderson, 7 on the clock. 7 on the score sheet already for him. Hawkins with that pressure basket a few moments ago for Colombia. 11-2 down. This is Capacho. It's a good attempt on the far side by Sans Lodono. Anderson looking for an opening from distance. Capacho will bring that away. Colombia looking to break out. Guillermo Azate deemed to be traveling by the referee. Of course, the refs are very much concerned about traveling, as they are in all forms of basketball, and in this case it means bouncing the ball every time you spin your wheels. And Alzate deems not to have bounced the ball sufficiently for the umpire in this game. Sands looking to come away. Capacho's thinking about going alone. Why not? Diego Capacho plays for the Liga de Casanare. Born in Bogota, like a lot of these Colombian players. This is Bo Hedges of Canada looking for his teammate Anderson inside the paint. Alisante looking for Hawkins. Jerry Ternella mixing it up on his Canadian side. Bo Hedges out. Richard Peter in. Joey Johnson taking a breather. Adam Lancia coming in as well as Chad Jasmine, with Abdi Dini taking a spell on the sidelines. Richard Peter had a fine game against Poland in the previous match for the Canadian side. 12 points he racked up in what was his best game so far. He's the number 7 just inside the paint for Canada. Colombia on the attack through their number 7, Sans Lodono. Quite a dogfight inside that paint. The Canadians coming away with the ball. Chad Jasmine feeding Adam Lancia. Plays his basketball as Lancia in Spain for the Valladolid club. Capacho been everywhere so far for this Colombian side in the opening 7 minutes of the first quarter here at the North Greenwich Arena. So is Joey Johnson for Canada. He's having a fine game. Hawkins to Capacho. He will come away at speed. inside the paint, and a popular score for Miguel Chaparro. Anderson for Canada sets up the shot for Richard Peter. Colombia to break away. Anderson in pursuit of Capaccio, putting enough pressure on the Colombian player. So Manu makes it look easy. Patrick Anderson, 11 points so far to his name. (17-6) in Canada, showing why they're hotly fancied for this Paralympic title. Don't forget they appeared in the last 3 Paralympic finals. Gold in 2000, 2004. Thwarted though by Australia in Beijing 4 years ago. Looking for payback, I imagine. It's a team that tends to run into form come the Paralympic Games, qualifying for these games after finishing 7th at the World Championships in Birmingham 2 years ago here in England. Altogether different story when it comes to the Paralympics with the likes of Patrick Anderson. Took some time out of the game after the defeat in Beijing. Music a major passion of Anderson, currently studying in New York City. This is Capaccio for Colombia, feeding Miguel Chaparro. Chaparro looking for Capaccio, finds Londono Sanz. Getting support from Guillermo Alzate. Inside ball. Not too many language difficulties because Chris Salguero of Argentina was one of the umpires. Stacey Gom of South Africa, the other match referee. Philip Haynes from Australia. Guillermo Alzate to Capaccio, very much the playmaker, the orchestrator for this Colombian side. Always looking for openings. Hawkins inside the paint. Nicely delivered by Alzate. Plays in the Liga de Bogotá in the Colombian capital. No sooner have they scored, they're back on the defense with Anderson roaring down. Hawkins it is who was doing his best to make himself known to Patrick Anderson. Deemed as an unsportsmanlike foul against Rodney Hawkins. Two out of two, he's got 13 points on the board. His team have 21. Jerry Tonello looking happy on the Canadian coaching staff. 21-8, the advantage, decisive advantage for this Canadian team. Looking, of course, for their 100% record in Group B to be maintained. effectively into the quarters unless they lose to Colombia and Germany beats Poland. At the moment, it doesn't really look anything like that is going to happen. Canada beating Germany 73-66 in the last game. Put 70 points past Great Britain, 83 past Poland. That was the game that saw Anderson rack up 34, Richard Peter 12 points, and also 68 against Japan. Well, Colombia, for their part, they conceded 59 against the Germans, 81 against Great Britain, 63 against Poland, and 63 as well against Japan. So far, they've conceded 21 against this talented Canadian side, and they're struggling to cope with this man Anderson, but then again, so do most teams in the world. So we're underway in the second quarter here at the North Greenwich Arena. Fabulous venue for basketball, fabulous venue for music, and of course we're getting a combination of the two, given the amount of music you can hear in the background from the PA announcers. Immediately getting another basket, 23-8. Colombia with plenty of work to do. Sands inside ball to Alzate. David Eng is the number 15 on the far side for Canada. Inside the paint, Richard Peter. Nelson Sands Londono, referee not at all happy. Attempt at the three-pointer, and superb as well. Dave DeRepus, who's only just come on in this second quarter. Precision throw from outside the zone for 3 points, 26-8. Colombia looking for an instant response, and they get it as well through Sands. Bo Hedges for the Canadian team. As the man who got that 3 points to Repos inside the paint to Peter. Here comes Hawkins for Colombia. He's going to have a go himself. He's done it before. Good score by the big number 15. Comes from San Andres in Colombia. 4 points to his name today, to Rodney Hawkins. Bo Hedges, De Repos. Hedges again. Here comes Sands for Colombia. Got support on the outside by Chaparros. Hawkins as well. Delightful stuff. Loves that throw.
26-14 the score now. Canada with the 12-point cushion.
So far, good second quarter for the Colombian team. Only had a couple of minutes play, but they've got 6 on the board in this quarter. Only scored 8 in the entire first quarter. Canada's momentum slowing somewhat. David Eng taking a bit of a tumble. Nelson Sanz Lodono again, the man in trouble. Animated Jose Tapias Patron on the Colombian bench. So plenty to talk about during the timeout. Momentum slightly coming out of the Canadian attack as the coach Jerry Tonello is aware.
On transition, if we don't have it, we got to turn around and swing the ball. Stick with what works for us, and that's outside shot. Now the other one is, when we do attack them inside, right, like Bear went in here, draw the defense, don't give the ball to Bear, let's fill in.
Nosotros somos más grandes que ellos, ¿me explico? Y los dos pequeños muy atentos a cuando reciban la pelota estén en el ángulo preciso. No puede ser un ángulo diferente, hombre.
Hágale, me están saliendo dos a mí.
Le salen dos, usted
Ustedes están quedando solos.
buscando el ángulo donde quede perfecto para lanzar. ¿Entendió? Vamos, let's go. Colombia.
Dos, tres. ¡Colombia! ¡Vamos, vamos!
Passionate team talk from the Colombian coach. So it's going to be David Eng with a chance to get on the score sheet. No joy for the man who plays for a club called Les Gladiateurs. Comes from Montreal, David Eng. Here comes Jose Ibima. Number 10 for Colombia. Goes from distance. Sands increasingly influential for this Colombian side in the second quarter. Chaparro is getting a bit busy. Bo Hedges for Canada. Eng making a fast break inside the paint's going to have a go from just under the basket. Hawkins to Chaparro. Ipima, number 10 for the Colombian side on the far side, making a move into the paint now. This is Sands. Chaparro again. Under a lot of pressure from Hedges. Well, you've got to say that the Colombian side may not get as many baskets straight away as the Canadian team, but they're certainly picking up the rebounds. 26-16, 10-point cushion to Canada halfway through this second quarter. But when you concede three-pointers like that, booming shot coming in from Dave DeRepos. Second one he's done in a few minutes. Disheartening for Colombia. 13-point deficit. Sands looking to reduce that. Hedges will bring it away. Chaparro mopping up for the Colombian team. Ipima at pace going into the paint on the near side. Chaparro looking for Sands, who's covered. Hawkins getting some attention from Dave DeRepos. Here comes that three-pointer, the second one for this man for the day. Fabulous basket. 8 points for DeRepos so far in this game. The odd foul as well. Bit of friendly banter going on between the two number 7s there. Sands and Richard Peter. (29-16) it is in the second quarter. Hawkins for Colombia. Impressive player is Rodney Hawkins. He's got 8 so far today. Hedges for Canada. David Eng inside the paint. This is Jose Apimalip. Richard Peter to bring it away for the Canadian side. Plenty of support at pace. Durepos marshaled by Hawkins. Inside border, Enge inside the paint, delivers again for a 33-18 score to this Canadian side. 2 scores for David Eng in the last couple of minutes. Hawkins to Sands. Chaparro. Attempt by Alzate, being quiet for a few minutes, has Guillermo Alzate. Here comes Canada again through Durepos. Thinks about the three-pointer. Why not if you got 2 to your name already? Hedges marshaled by Hawkins. Eng on the far side. Back to Hedges. Going to be picked up by Sands for Colombia. Hawkins on leap with him. Chaparro into the paint if he can find him. Agonizing for the Colombian player with the red headband. Richard Eng having quite a tussle, finding Hedges inside the paint. Hawkins there, giving him some attention. Alzate as well. Personal foul against Rodney Hawkins. Joey Johnson back on for the Canadian side. David Eng takes a breather on the sidelines. And for Colombia, Hyun Hernandez onto the field of play as Hedges makes it 1 out of 1. And Alzate taking a breather. 2 out of 2 for Hedges. Durepos to Hedges at pace and with precision as Canada turn the screw, heading towards the close of the second quarter here at the North Greenwich Arena. 37-18, not much the likes of Chaparros can do about this impressive Canadian side. Hawkins doing his bit. got 10 points already to his name. Chance to add to that total. Dave De Repos with the foul on Hawkins. This is Brandon Wagner coming on for the Canadian side. Abdi Dini has gone off. De Repos for Canada. Hedges, De Repos in support. Wagner looking for the ball on the far side. But that pass from Peter failing to find its mark. Timeout called with Colombia down 37-20. See what the coach has to say. Always entertaining.
Necesitamos meterla, no joda. Debajo del canasto, cielo. Seguimos ponteando. Atentos, no puede haber un jugador que usted salga, Leo, y le sale un jugador que tira, que usted sabe que tira. Que usted me dijo que cuando entra el calvo la va a tirar y usted se devuelve. No puede ser, hermano. Salga el jugador que es allá, dejamos un grande afuera. Sale ayuda, el otro ayuda y usted se queda con el tipo. Vamos a cerrar en este minuto.
Well, again, it seems to be Miguel Chaparro who gets a fair bit of attention from his coach.
Dios, vamos arriba, viejo. 1, 2, 3. Vamos, vamos.
Let's go say the side. Let's get back onto the court and try and reduce this 37-20 deficit. Better quarter for the Colombian side than in the second and the first quarter. 16-12 is the overall score actually for the second quarter compared to 21-8 in the first. Colombia come away with Hyun Hernandez, Chaparro. Sands is with him. Hawkins inside the paint. This is Herman Garcia, the number 9. So Hedges to De Repos. Increasingly dangerous from distance is Dave De Repos. Plays for the Elm City Sports Club in Canada. I think Miguel Chaparro's wheelchair has been in the war somewhat, as indeed has he seems to be everywhere on this Colombian side. As is Nelson Sands. Having a fine game. 6 points so far for him. This is Richard Peter to De Repos for one of those characteristic long throws. Done that 3 times now. He's got 13 points to his name. He's a specialist from distance, De Repos. Very experienced player, having appeared in the last 3 Paralympic Games. Herman Garcia getting on the scoreboard for the Colombians. So we come to the end of the second quarter and Canada stepping up their momentum. through effectively this man, Dave Derepos, with these 3 throws from outside the 3-point line, racking up all those points for his team to make it 42-24 at the end of the second quarter. Likes of Herman Garcia and Nelson Sands, plenty to talk about, as indeed have the rest of the players and their respective coaches as we head into half-time. We'll come back and talk to you in about 10 minutes. Don't go away.
Supporting Paralympic TV, am I right? And you sound like it too. What's your name? Helen. And yours? Sarah. Helen and Sarah. Welcome along. What have we got coming up next? Oh yeah, 2 Paralympic TV teams. Excited about that? Audience, you excited about that? Now, we'll be joined by a couple of Canadian supporters as well. Kylie and Kaylee, love the names. How's it going for you? I think the score says it all. How are you feeling?
Pretty great.
And I believe you may actually know someone who's on the court.
Yes, my brother plays for Team Canada, Brandon Wagner, number 13. Woo!
Okay, so yeah, they seem warmed up to me. Let's play a quick game of fastball. The way it's going to do is one at a time. They're going to dribble one person from each team right down to the back and take a shot. If you miss, that's cool. Just keep on shooting, keep on shooting. Once you've got the basket, chuck it back to your fellow partner on here in the middle of the circle, and you just keep going. All right? You ready? Feeling good? Audience, you ready for this? Okay, you've got 90 seconds on the clock. So, they're getting into position on the line. Ooh, little high five. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think everyone from this side, this way, needs to be cheering for GB. Let's hear you. GB, GB, GB. And then this side needs to be cheering for Canada. Let's hear you. Canada, Canada. Yeah, that's good. You guys are warmed up. Are we ready to go? We're ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Out they come to the center line. Back they go, dribbling all the way. Taking a shot. Straight in! Straight in! Good work. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Can't hear you cheering, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some cheering going. It's going goals, has lost the flag on the head for now. Good work, Team GB. All the way back to the middle. Canada's still trying on that second basket. Minute left, guys. Keep going. Ooh, that was a close one. We're still going over here. We need to get some. One on GB. That's 2 to GB. One to Canada. 45 seconds left. We got it. We got it. 2 and 2. Neck and neck. No pressure. Keep it going. 30 seconds. GB 3. Canada 3 as well. 3 all guys. We have not got long left on the clock. 20 seconds left. It's 3 apiece. That's it. Come on. Is anyone going to get it in the last few seconds? Let's count down, guys. So 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies, please come and join me back in the center circle here. Come on up, come on up. That was a pretty good story. I mean, we've got 5 papers games. That was pretty impressive. Normally, the odd basket. So let's have one big cheer from all competitors to start off with. Now, looking at the scores on the doors, I believe GB got 3. Canada got 4. Is victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, one last massive round of applause as our very lovely volunteers. First, sportsmanly like handshakes. Good work. Keep the applause going as they make their way off the court. Thank you very, very much, guys. Thank you very much. Now, thanks to those of you who have been getting in touch on Twitter. Remember, it's @SPP033. I've got a few here. We've got quite a few Go Canada with about 7 exclamation marks, which we love. We've also got James and Laura say happy birthday to their dad, Max. who's 7, Aaron, who's 10. So let's have a happy birthday sing-song. If you can remember any of those names, I'll be very, very impressed. So let's go. Happy birthday. Sounding good. Matt, Beth, Alana, other ones. Good work. Huge round of applause for you, Lions. You have been awesome so far. We have the second half of the game coming up very soon. And later on, we have GB. We have the GB guys and the GB women coming up. Give me a big round of applause. Cheers. Good to be for that one. Oh yes. Now, just to end this one, let's just send the next wave going around a few times to welcome the athletes back on to the court here. So let's start with this bunch here. You guys ready? Arms up in front of you, kind of jazz hand style. Love it. We're going to send it this way this time. So, go! Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Let me hear you as you go, ladies and gents. Keep that going all the way around the arena. And enjoy the second half of the competition. Cyprus built a miracle down here on the technical table. The stats for the first half. It's Canada 42, Colombia 24. Canada had a field goal percentage of 53 as they hit 16 of their 30 shots for the first half. For Colombia, well, theirs is a bit lower at 36% of their field goals. They hit 12, but they shot more than Canada at 33. Pat Anderson, the number 12 for Canada, got 13 points in the first quarter. His shooting percentage from the field goals was 56%. Dave Durko then picked up where Anderson left off, back with 13 points in the second quarter, a success rate of 83%. For Colombia, Rodney Hawkins is having a stormer, 83% of field goals, 5 of 6 successful for the number 15. Of course, Dave Durko included in his statistics with 3 3-pointers in one quarter. Here's the highlights. The score, of course, as we go into the second half, it's Canada 42, Colombia 24. But boys and girls, don't worry, okay, it's an 18-point ball game. It's not too many for Colombia to come back if they really play well. So they do need your support in the second half. Now, buying a number of Union Jacks for me, for everybody seeing around the place, I've got a feeling a lot of you are here to see Great Britain women and Great Britain men later, are we right? We're going to have to get a bit more than that. Are you guys here to watch Great Britain men and Great Britain women later? Well, what I want to do is for Canada and Colombia, we can use this as a
Watch your 1-2-2 defense to look like this. David, be wedge. Down here.
La pelota, pegar la pelota y tener una ofensiva, por lo menos. Sigamos buscando adentro quien quiera que esté. Si están grandes, pequeños, vamos a buscar adentro.
So we're about to get underway in the second half of this Group B game in the men's wheelchair basketball between Canada and Colombia. So far it's been Canada by some distance, racking up 42 points over the first two quarters against 24 for the Colombian side. Notably for the Canadian side, Patrick Anderson weighing in with 13 points in the 10 minutes he's played. Dave DeRepos came on a bit later on and he's matched Anderson as well with 13, including those 3 points, 3 shots. The 3-pointers, the three 3-pointers from distance is what I'm trying to get out. It's the North Greenwich Arena on the banks of the River Thames in London. This is Francis Collins in London with you, watching what's been an enthralling contest so far. And Colombia, well, they're not out of it yet, especially if the likes of Rodney Hawkins remains on form, because he's had a terrific first half as well. Weighing in with 10 points with an 83% rate when it comes to scoring field goals. We're underway. That's leap from distance. Jose Lipibema of the Colombian side. Yvonne Rouillard has come on for the Canadian team, the number 5 at the top of your picture, trying to shepherd this man. Sands, Chaparro, Hawkins inside the paint, and a rare miss for the big number 15. Dave Eng with a big, long throw. That's the aforementioned Yvonne Rouillard.
2 points ahead, 44-24 the score.
Making his first start in this game. Brandon Wagner doing well to get the ball out of defense for the Canadian side. Jose Leap to Hawkins for Colombia. Chaparro inside the paint, mopped up by Rouillard, who's going to look for support from Eng, number 15. So Chaparro takes a rest, and Herman Garcia comes on again for Colombia. Another player hailing from the Colombian capital, Bogota. But this is Rouillard, who's making his presence felt. 4 points already to the man who's only just come on. Hawkins to Sands. Inside with the attempt was Alzate. And this is Eng for Canada. Sands mopping up, and he'll turn defense into attack. Adam Lancia, the man who was immovable there in the face of Sands coming at some pace. Wagner for Canada to Lancia, man who plays in Spain for Valladolid.
Substitution being called though by Colombia. 1 point to game, 14. That's
So Nelson Sanz-Lodono taking a rest. Daniel Diaz-Torres comes on for Colombia, the number 14. Eng inside the paint for Canada. Under some pressure from Torres, but still managing to get on the score sheet. Jose Lipipema, the Colombian number 10. This is Brandon Wagner of Canada. Torres 14 to Hawkins on the far side. Back to Leap, looking again for Torres. Hawkins inside. Adam Lancia keeping a very close eye on Rodney Hawkins. That's Lipipema busy for Colombia. Good basket as well from distance. Guillermo Alzate.
it's 48 to Canada, 26.
Tiene uno y te coge
Ruyard getting a lot of attention from Rodney Hawkins there. Yvonne Rouillard already been on target since he came on at the start of the second half. Five points to his name so far. Looking to make it 6 and take his team up to 50 on the scoreboard. 49-26 it stays. Colombia will come away. Sonny Zomari has some support from Torres and also from Leap. It's turning into quite a tussle between Adam Lancey and Rodney Hawkins. Diaz Torres with the attempt. Lancia to Dave Eng. Tyler Miller trying to make some space inside the paint. Brandon Wagner with that attempt. Hawkins will bring it away. Colombia on the attack through Leap. Hawkins makes his move. Tyler Miller there of the Canadian side deciding to give Hawkins some of his attention. Support in the middle from Diaz Torres. Dave Eng, the man trying to put him under some illegal pressure. Eng, who plays for the Gladiators club in Montreal. Joey Johnson coming on. Tyler Miller going to the sidelines. Saw Johnson in the first quarter. This is Wilman Rios Roa, the number 6 for Colombia, who's also just come on, but no luck for Diaz with that free throw. Chad Jasmine also as well on for the Canadian side. Stays at 51-26. Diaz has a go. Lancia picking up Canada, coming away through Jasmine. Rouliard, number 5 on the far side, making himself available. It's going to be Wagner looking for Rouliard. Lancia. Diego Capacho back on for the Colombian side. Jose Lipibema taking a well-earned rest after some hard grafting. Lancia for Canada. It's getting a bit busy in there. Riyadh. Alzate brings it away for the Colombian side. This is Proa. Herman Garcia. Diaz. Jerry Johnson, fed by Lancia, Rouliard. Here comes Colombia. Yvonne Rouliard for the Canadian side. Missed a free throw a few minutes ago. Daniel Diaz Torres, the man with the personal foul. Here's number 1. Two out of 2, not bad at all for Rouliard. He's got 9 points in this game since he came on. Diego Capacho for Colombia. Alzate has his own go. Rouliard will mop up. Support on the near side. Jerry Johnson with Capacho. Lancia looking for an opening, which is going to come from Chad Jasmine, who gets on the score sheet for Canada. First score for Jasmine, plays his basketball for the Trier Dolphins in Germany. This is Capacho, busy as ever for Colombia. That's Roa inside the paint. First score for Wilman Rios Roa. Diaz Torres with the assist on that basket. Jasmine making himself available. Rouliard with that long reach. Torres to Capacho. And that's it for the third. 55-28 is the score line in favour of this Canadian side, maintaining their 100% record so far in Group B after those 4 wins already under their belt against Germany, Great Britain, Poland and Japan, heading for victory against a Colombian side who may well be going home without any win at all, having already lost to Japan, Poland, Great Britain and Germany. But they're going down fighting. They scored 8 points in the first quarter, 16 in a far better second quarter, only 4 against the Canadian 13 in the third period. 55-28.
Jóvenes, los que están en la cancha son score. No es que el otro. Diego, se está acabando el reloj. Tú la tienes. Se está acabando el reloj. Pum, y sueltas la pelota y la pelota no llega nuevamente a ti. Y tomamos un tiro apresurado.
Vamos, selección de tiro, vamos, vamos.
En este cuarto anotamos 4 puntos. 4 puntos.
Jose Tapias Patron of Colombia making the point to his side in that quarter. They scored alone only 4 points. Not good enough, says the coach. Wants a far bigger effort and far more scores on the board in the final quarter of this match in Group B. Coming to you from the North Greenwich Arena, fabulous venue for music and for sport. Started life, this arena, as the Millennium Dome in 2000, built for the Millennium. Now has a commercial name, and for Olympic and Paralympic purposes, we refer to it as the North Greenwich Arena. Certainly become one of the most iconic landmarks on the London skyline, right on the banks of the River Thames. If you know London, you'll know you can get a fabulous boat down from Westminster Bridge to this venue for whatever is happening there, be it NBA basketball, NHL hockey. They've played both. Gigs by the likes of Elton John, Sir Paul McCartney, J-Lo playing soon if that's your particular bag, or even wheelchair basketball. 1 or 2 venues at the Paralympics for the wheelchair basketball. Dave DeRepes and Richard Peter back on for the Canadian side. Peter, the number 7. DeRepes having already scored 13 points for his side in the second quarter. The aforementioned DeRepes. Sands back on for Colombia. This is Roa. Chaparro, number 12, is on as well, as is the big number 15, Hawkins, who's had such a terrific game for the side in red so far. Chaparro weighing in with 12 points in this match so far. Hawkins coming in with 10 points for the Colombian side. Alzate scoring 4. And Diego Capacha weighing in with 2, along with Roa, who we saw in the last quarter scoring. There he is, number 5. This is Juan Hernandez coming on. Hawkins going to the sidelines. Hernandez, number 11. Joey Johnson, second free shot coming up. 2 out of 2 for Johnson. He's got 4 points to his name so far, Johnson. This is Chaparro. It's a good basket. The man who's just come on, Hernandez from Norte de Santander in Colombia. Durepos. Accurate from distance, and we've seen a few times already. 15 points to his name today. Hernandez for Colombia. Sands, who was influential over the first 2 quarters for the Colombian side, the number 7. That's Richard Peter, who had a fine game against Poland a couple of days ago. Good basket under pressure from Roa. Bo Hedges to the Repos. He's done that all day long. 3-pointer. For the man who plays his basketball for the Elm City Sports Club in Fredericton in Canada. In fact, his wife Sabrina also represented Canada in wheelchair basketball. He's a veteran, this Canadian side. Of course, playing in Athens, Sydney and Beijing. Showing all his experience. Got a fear for the Colombian defense when he gets the ball just outside that zone and looks for another 3 points, because he's made 18 so far today, has Durepos. This is Bo Hedges from distance. Sands mopping up for the Colombian side. Got support from Herman Garcia on the near side. Miguel Chaparro making a move at pace into the danger area. Chaparro to Sands, who delivers. Brandon Wagner taking a tumble, while Chaparros sets up Jean Hernandez. Takes Colombia up to 38 points. Already doubling their total, more than doubling their total in the fourth quarter compared to the third quarter. Coach will be happy. Miguel Chaparro putting in some hard yards for this Colombian team in the face of a very difficult Canadian opponents. Brandon Wagner to Durepos, inside to Peter. Wilman Rios Roa. No joy for Richard Peter on those free shots. Not that it really matters given his side's enormous advantage. 62-38. Patrick Anderson can relax on the sidelines. Already with 13 points to his name, and he played the first quarter. Hernandez taking a bit of a tumble. Jerry Johnson for Canada. Inside ball delivered by Wagner. Plays for Burlington back in his home country, does Wagner. Roa. Richard Peter, he's got support from Durepos behind him. Two points made inside the paint by Bo Hedges. Canada changing it up a little bit. Richard Peter taking a well-earned rest. Rodney Hawkins back on for the Colombian side. David Eng back on for the Canadian side. Number 5 as well for Canada's back on, Yvonne Riyad. So impressive earlier in the second half of this match. Hedges to bring it away. It's got Eng, number 15. Good basket as well from Hedges. He's got 10 points so far today, has Bo Hedges. Chaparro forced to get the ball back to Sands. Back on court for Colombia. Hawkins will come away. Makes it look too easy, does Rodney Hawkins, the big number 15. Terrific in the first quarter for the Colombian side. Timeout call, chance to see what the entertaining Colombian coach Jose Tapias Patron has to say to his side. Looking a little bit happier. So he should. His side have got 12 on the board in this quarter. So we're heading towards a conclusion of this Group B game. You can see the clock is counting down with an emphatic win for the Canadian side over Colombia. Colombia are never going to stop trying, though. They're still going to attempt to get some points on the board in what is against what is a talented Colombian side with plenty of strength in depth. Dave Eng has been impressive today. So was Ruyad. Roa for Colombia to Capacho. Eng making the break. Colombia's chance to get a cheer from the crowd, and Jean Hernandez does just that. .42 they've got on the board, the Colombian side. 14 in the last quarter, only exceeded by 16 in the second quarter. Chance for a final score. That's it, 68-42 to Canada. So happy Jerry Tornillo, the Canadian coach, happy Patrick Anderson as well. They progress into the knockout phase as expected. Good workout for them against a Colombian side that never really stopped trying, never stopped coming forward. The likes of Jose Lip, Sanz, Proa, all having good games for this Colombian team at the North Greenwich Arena. Well, Canada, it's 5 out of 5. They beat Germany 73-66, Great Britain 70-54, Poland 83-65, Japan 68-53, and they racked up another 68 points today against this Colombian side. 68-42 the final score. Most of the points, as you can see, coming in the first quarter from the likes of Patrick Anderson. Dave Durepa's weighing in with his own speciality, the three-pointers later on to increase that score. But an entertaining game for this crowd. Looking forward to more wheelchair basketball at the North Greenwich Arena. There's a man who had a good game, Yvonne Rouillard. We saw him in the second half. Rouillard with 9 points to his name. De Repos scoring 18. Patrick Anderson earlier in the day scoring 13 points in barely 10 minutes of play for him. So not the most excessive amount of time on the court for Anderson, but the stats showing just how dominant Canada were in most areas of this game at the North Greenwich Arena. Emphatic group win for the Canadian side. 100% record as expected. Keeping a rather close eye as well on that very talented Australian team in Group A, who of course defeated them 4 years ago in Beijing. The word payback may be on their mind. Well, no one expected Colombia to actually account for the Canadian team, but of course they came out trying and hoping. But when you're up against the players of the likes of Patrick Anderson and Dave De Repos, you can try all day long, but these boys are going to rack up the points as the Canadians did in the first quarter by 21 points to 8. Jerry Johnson as well having a terrific game for the Canada side. Anderson played 10 minutes, scored 13 points. Rodney Hawkins for Colombia was superb. 12 points for the big man. But 21-8 was the first quarter score, 21-16 by the second, 13-4 the third quarter score, 13-14 in the fourth quarter as Canada slightly take their foot off the gas, 68-42. And from Francis Collings at the North Greenwich Arena, I'll talk to you again very soon.
Well, as said, everyone, welcome back to the North Predatory. I hope you enjoyed Colombia versus Canada just now. There's loads more action still to come, though. Up next, we've got Canada women versus Great Britain women in Group A. The final game for these two in Group A.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the athletes are now warming up, as you can see. Not long left until this game kicks off. We have two cracking games coming up for you. Let's hear a huge cheer for Great Britain! You guys make our noise too for Canada! Now remember guys, you can tweet us and get in touch. It's at SPP033. We've got quite a few sent through. Alexis sent through such a great atmosphere. Come on, Team GB. 7 exclamation marks. Woo! With about 7 little O's on the end of that. We've also got, and I love this one. This is nice. It's made generating art from the audience. Please, please wish my 7-year-old son Leo good luck on starting juniors on Wednesday. That's a lovely one. And lots of happy birthday messages. So let's have a quick bout of these. Happy birthday, Lackey, 25 today. Until you're 50. Nice. Happy birthday, Jenny. Love Rich and Becky. Happy birthday, Mum. That's from Lauren. That's for Saturday. What else we got? We've got a happy 16th and 18th birthday to my little brothers in the next few weeks from Cy. We've got a happy 22nd to Jordan and a happy 75th to Harriet. Let's just sing little happy birthdays to those guys. Isn't it lovely to have thousands of people singing happy birthday? So if we can, bellow out from the lungs. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those people. Happy birthday to you. Lovely stuff. Give yourself a massive round of applause, guys. We'll be back with you very soon.
Everywhere that I
North Greenwich Arena, are you ready for some wheelchair basketball? Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the national wheelchair basketball team of Canada. And give it up for the national wheelchair basketball team of Great Britain!
So, ladies and gentlemen, the athletes are now on. We're into our 30-minute protocol before the match starts. Let's just let them hear you. Little cheer for Canada, please, ladies and gents. And also a cheer for Great Britain. Yeah, the more cheering you guys do, the more we'll raise this room and the better the atmosphere will become. Now, earlier on one of our videos, we touched on the classification system. This is very important. This is the best way to ensure these Paralympic Games are run in a fair way. Now, what we've done is we've put together a detailed look at exactly what the classification system is.
In the Paralympic Games, the classification system is essential, as it defines which athletes can compete in which sports. Athletes are divided into classes based on how their impairment affects them on the field of play in order to allow fair competition. If you're new to classification, it can help to think of why men almost always compete against men and women almost always compete against women. Or think of it in similar terms to how boxing at the Olympic Games works, where athletes compete in different weight categories, like flyweight or heavyweight. As each sport at the Paralympic Games requires different skills and competencies, the impact of impairment on the performance of the athletes varies. That's why each sport has its own unique classification rules. Some sports feature a wide variety of impairments. In both athletics and swimming, athletes with physical, visual and intellectual impairments compete. Other sports feature fewer types of impairment. For example, only athletes with a visual impairment take part in judo and five-a-side football at the Games. Athletics has the most number of classes due to the number of different running, jumping and throwing events, and the wide variety of athletes that can compete in the sport. In contrast, shooting only has 2 classes. Each athlete competing at the Paralympic Games has already gone through an evaluation to determine their class. This evaluation is conducted by authorized technical officials called classifiers, who are appointed by the International Federation for that sport. This is a long-term, ongoing process which takes place at all major events, before and during competition. It ensures that the athletes are confident they are competing against each other on a level playing field. Classification won't get in the way of your enjoyment as a spectator, and will also help you further appreciate the ability and the performance of the athletes. The Paralympics is not about the impairments. It's all about elite sport. Let the Games begin.
equal chances for each athlete. So I wouldn't be competing against someone who's a quadriplegic because that would be an unfair advantage.